Now, you're here for not such a good reason, though, because, and I didn't know this until this week when you told me.
Peter in?
Oh, sorry, yes. Peter Sharples, down the line with us. Peter, hi, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, good morning, Mike. How are you?
Good to see you. Yeah, very well indeed. Just about to get into the story that Hugh's about to tell us. Have you lost? Oh, he's lost it. There you go. Is that right? Is your microphone back? There's a situation going on currently where the government is attempting to claw back money from former servicemen and women because they were somehow overpaid. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm going to take a sip of water because in all the years we've been working together and discussing issues, this one's right up there. It came to my attention when I saw the article about Peter, who everyone's going to meet shortly. Yeah. That in effect, what has happened is the government, the DWP, Department of Work and Pensions, outsource the pension payment processes and administration to a company called Equiniti, who, through maladministration, have overpaid up to 1,000 pensioners who are all veterans, their military pension.
Right.
And now, to you and I, and anyone watching, it will sound like a lot of money, 5 million. That is not a lot of money when you think about
not in government
the hundreds of millions people got paid for dodgy PPE. And this is what really riles me.
Well, I had a story yesterday, to just interrupt you, to say that I think this current government is borrowing something like £4,000 a second.
Yeah, look, 5 million quid is probably one wing on a Typhoon Eurofighter. Yeah. But individuals like Peter, up to 1,000 veterans are now being told to give back the paltry amount of money. And what price do you put on military service? Yeah. What price do you put on a life, ultimately? Yeah. And I can tell you, because I've had some good factual advice from the Forces Pension Service, who said there are up to 1,000 who are being affected by this. Right. And if you sort of average it all out, the average amount of money a pensioner is being told to give back, £16,000, some up to 100,000.
No.
And that's going to make, that is going to bring hardship, homelessness, ill health, who knows, suicide. Yeah. But fundamentally, and this is why I put my piece out yesterday on LinkedIn to John Healey and Wes Streeting, and you know, I've got a lot of respect for John Healey. He was very well respected in the MOD. He's a man of principle. As we know, he stood down. I mean, you know that I'm a political whore. I just work for whoever's in charge. But you know, this one is all about the government looking at their own moral compass and saying, do you know what? We'll waive it. Yeah. Write it off. Right. Honestly, because otherwise, this is going to have just awful effects on veterans who are pensioners and their families. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional now because it really...
No, you should. No, you should. You're absolutely right to. Let's talk to Philip and find out what his particular personal situation is. So, Philip, so when did you hear about this first, Philip?
It's Peter, Mike, not Philip.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, my apologies.
No,
I've got Philip written down here for some reason. I don't know why. Peter, go ahead.
Yeah, my particular story, which I was glad the Telegraph ran with it last weekend because I've been trying for 18 months to get this issue highlighted. In March 2024, my military pension was being paid out early due to serious ill health. I'd had a bad stroke, I have severe complex PTSD and a raft of other ailments that, you know, I could be here all day telling you about. And so I contacted Universal Credit and I said, look, my military pension is being paid out 3 years early at 57. Will this have any impact on my situation? And they came back and said, no, that's fine. Thanks very much for letting us know. So I thought, happy days. So it was paid out, and the terminal gratuity, etc. I thought, right. So, because personally, I didn't think I had much longer to live because I was so bad at the time. So I thought at least a little bit of money there for my family to carry forward. Then in January 25, I get a reassessment on Universal, and it turns around and it says, oh, I see you're getting a military pension. And I said, yeah, but I did declare it. Right, okay, well, we're going to have to look at that. Now, when I first declared it was under the Tories. When the reassessments were coming, they were coming under Labour. And this dragged on for months, and it put a terrible strain on me and my wife. And we were notified mid-2025 that we'd been overpaid by £8,800, and they'd also taken into account that the terminal gratuity is classed as capital, because they said my military pension was classed as unearned. So I turned around and I said, well, I've got a letter from the MOD which clearly states that military pensions always have been classed as earned, and a parliamentary committee also emailed me and said, no, it's classified as earned. So I was really, really confused. So anyway, we went to a mandatory reconsideration notice, and then it turned around and said, yes, you did tell us, thank you very much. We've taken and removed the £50 civil penalty that we gave you, but you still owe us £8,800. So I thought, well, we'll have to go to tribunal with this. I'm trying to cut it short for you, Mike, because it does go on a bit. So I had the tribunal this year on the 30th of April. DWP never turned up. And the judge turned around to me and said, you're not the first veteran to appear in front of me with the same issues. I'm not supposed to give advice, but I will give you advice, and you should go for a judicial review because this isn't right.
Right.
And I've been
does that mean you're still, but that doesn't exonerate you from paying it, does it? That doesn't. I mean,
no, Mike, no.
But you're still hanging over you.
Absolutely, and with the effect of that, me and my wife both get limited capability for work. Okay, so effectively, my wife is now being penalised because she, as a married couple, you only get the one payment. So my wife's not even getting that now. And also, we had our PIP reassessment because we've had that for a few years because my wife's she's really seriously ill, my wife, and it's put a lot of strain on us. I mean, I was on the suicide watch at the end of last year for 2 months because they were that worried about me. And when we had the reassessment for PIP, they cut it in half. It was the time when they were trying to slash the welfare in Parliament, etc. And then it got reinstated to the full payment, so they owed us £2,500, and they still took that off the universal debt as well. And the letter turned around and said, "We don't need to ask you to do this. We can do what we want." That's what the letter said. So I've been
given that they're paying you a pension, can they just universally kind of take it off what they're paying you? Because that's a worry, isn't it?
It's pound for pound. That's what they're doing, and also with the terminal gratuity. So if you get medical negligence payout, which I also had as well, you get 12 months to spend that, before it gets taken into account.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just wrong. It's just absolutely. And I've got loads of veterans been contacting me for many months now. I'm very active on media, and they're all coming forward. I'm helping 3 ex-colonels at the minute who have got the same issues. What you was mentioning there, he's a 70-year-old ex-colonel in the army. He's at state pension age, and they want 32 grand off him in the next 18 months because of his age.
Isn't it?
Yeah, honestly, it just runs so deep, and we now live below the poverty line. That's the truth. My health is shot to pieces.
Yeah.
And I wonder where I'm going to go.
So when you hear Andy Burnham talking about giving everybody hope in their health, seriously?
Yeah. I mean, I'm 59, and I always say, apart from Margaret Thatcher, at least who had some guts to do something, I've never seen any political party or leader do anything for any veteran since I've been when I joined up in 1983.
No.
It's just they all talk the talk, Mike. Yeah. Right? At the end of the day, they don't care, and what's going on proves they don't care, and we're all sick of it.
Yeah. Peter, listen, it's so good to hear you say those words, because Hugh and I have been talking about various subjects like this for a long time, and you've always said to me, when you sign up, you do your duty, you do your service, you don't ask for anything, you don't expect anything, but you shouldn't expect to be put through the ringer like this, should you? I mean, this is beyond the pale.
Honestly,
beyond the pale.
Mike, this is, as I said at the start, and all the time we've been working together, for me, this is right up there.
Yeah.
And you can see how the stress and pressure is affecting Peter's health.
Yeah.
There are 1,000 more Peters out there being expected to give back, and this is information from Forces Pension Society, which I'll come back onto in a moment. Anything from 16,000. Apparently, one individual's been told to give 100,000 due to a mistake from this company that the government outsources their pensions administration to, who will have public liability insurance.
Yes, but also, is the government seeking the money or is the company seeking the money? Who's it going? Where's the money going?
Yeah. This will cost lives. This will create hardship and homelessness, and I think it's an utter disgrace. And and that's why I can never align with the party. Frankly, I think the veterans should create their own veterans party, or certainly a lobby group, because this has gone on one government after another, whether it's Northern Ireland legacy, etc., and now this. And I'm just going to say to those ministers out there, and to Wes Streeting, who I've spoken with before about my own challenges, and to John Healey, you have the power to waive this. Now do the right thing and waive it. Yeah. Otherwise, we're going to start shouting louder and louder.
So you should.
And 5.1 million veterans and their families is a lot of votes.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, what happens to those people like Peter? Sorry, Peter, go on.
Yeah. My MP, Patrick Hurley, up in here in, I come under West Lancashire, but our MP is Sefton. Patrick Hurley, he actually wrote to DWP last year and asked it to be written off because it was their mistake. They never even wrote back to him.
Shocking, absolutely shocking. And I mean, if it was to be reversed, for example, in Peter's case, I mean, you've obviously had money taken off you already. Would you be able, would you be seeking hopefully to get that back, would you?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
it's your money.
I've done nothing wrong. And we're not asking for a flamboyant lifestyle, Mike. All this does, especially in this cost of living crisis, all it does is allows us to live. Yeah. As I've said to many veterans now, all me and my wife do is exist, and there's a massive difference.
Yeah, I know. It's absolutely shocking. Well, what can we do?
Right.
What can I do?
And that's a really good question, Mike. So, if you're a veteran watching, or you have members of your family are veterans, or friends, whatever it might be, I would urge you, go to the weserved.com website. Yeah. Go to the news and media page, and there's a link on there to the Forces Pension Society. Okay. I would urge everyone to, first of all, get advice, get the right advice. And the link, as I said, the link to the Forces Pension Society will provide you with the information of what you need to do. So sign up, it's for free, name, rank, number, We Serve. Go into the platform, and we've got the guidance and we've got the link step by step. Yeah. Do not pay anything yet.
Right, okay.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, go on.
Have a public portal, so Mike and myself, we can join We Serve as members of the public and we can support you.
Thank you.
I think we should do that. Have a public side. Mike,
Yeah.
you can head it up.
Yeah.
The first honorary one.
Yeah, well, I'm already the first non-military ambassador for WeSo.
And this is exactly.
So I'm very happy to do that anyway.
And Mike, you know, the viewers don't know yet, but obviously in the past we've done the Veterans Voice.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We're at later stages of planning.
We are.
a new series with
Yeah.
Hannah Saunders,
Yeah.
ex-RAF.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And this is exactly the topic.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
we want to be discussing and making our, you know, the great public and all the one your viewers are just amazing.
They are.
Honestly,
Yeah.
you know, the donations we get.
Yeah.
And every week, one of your viewers contacts us and says, "I heard you on Mike Graham. I saw you. I'd like to make a donation."
Yeah.
Or, you know, thank you.
Yeah.
But you know, we have to rise up as a nation, support our armed forces, support our veterans.
Totally.
You know, they're our family, and we look after one another.
Exactly. It's disgusting, quite frankly. And I mean, this is the kind of thing that these kind of apparatchiks who sit around talking about whether Andy Burnham's, you know, being too blokey or not, you know, sort the bloody country out, sort out the veterans, stop penalising them, stop victimising them, and get your fingers out of your arse, quite frankly, and cancel this ridiculous policy, right? It's that simple. It's that simple, right?
100%.
Just stop. Just stop it. Hugh, good to see you, man.
Thank you,
I'm
Mike.
starting to get wound up now.
Yeah,
you know, because it's bloody ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's shocking. And Peter, thank you so much for coming on, and we wish you all the best. We'll see you soon. We'll keep fighting for you, and we'll get you that money back. I promise you.
Well, appreciate it.
Not at all. You know, you did things for us that we can never thank you for. You know, you don't deserve to be treated like this. It's shocking.